Morning everyone. Today we're going to look at an ANC vehicle loading crane truck. It is exactly that. It is a truck with a crane mounted on it. So we start by making sure the truck is roadworthy and legal with the pre-start checks and it's fit for duty. We're also going to make sure that the crane is fit for purpose and it's well maintained and it's going to do the job today. And we're also going to have an eye on driver fatigue to make sure the driver is up to the task so everyone goes home safe. One of the expectations we have at ANC is look professional, act professional. Eventually the customer is going to see inside your vehicle, whether it's a 1-tonne ute, a courier van or a nice big truck. When they open the door, when you open the door to get into your vehicle and they see the inside of your vehicle, look like a professional. All of your paperwork should be within arm's reach. All of the items that you need to do your job safely should be right there in front of you. So we're now going to run through a version of the pre-start check and show you how it actually looks or how it needs to look. Bob's now going to check the horn, then we're going to check the wipers, and I'll just get him to pop it into reverse so we make sure his reverse buzzer is activating and we can hear that clearly, so all is well. So I'll just get his headlights on, everything's working, indicators, and I'll go and check the rear of the vehicle to make sure that they're all working, including brake lights and reverse lights. As part of a comprehensive pre-start check, if you've got dual rear tyres, giving it a good hit with a bar will actually tell you if that tyre is correctly inflated. The reason why we need to check these is also to make sure that they're clean on both sides, particularly the passenger side, the left side, where the majority of heavy vehicle accidents occur. So you've seen us do a pre-start check on the vehicle, now we do a pre-start check on the crane itself. Obviously there are certain things that we need to do that are mandated as part of a pre-start check. The levers here are clearly self-centering. We've checked the hook to make sure that the latch is in place and works and it's not distorted from being overloaded. It has all of the labellings in place and the warning labels to say that this has been inspected. It is a safe and compliant crane. We've looked for obvious leaks, bulges, hoses and fittings that are damaged, and there are none. We've checked the hydraulic fluid to make sure we've got adequate pressure for the day and there's no leaks under the vehicle. So we've done what is reasonably expected to make sure that this vehicle will operate as required. Today to demonstrate some very typical workplace hazards that you will encounter in a vehicle loading crane. One is an obvious one, like a nice big tree. You'll find this in people's back gardens as you're unloading a home delivery from a retail store. Over here, the ultimate no-no. We've got power lines. They must be avoided at all costs. The rule is look up and live. There is no second chance with high voltage. The law is very specific about the safe working distances from power lines. You cannot necessarily know just by looking at that overhead hazard what voltage is in those lines. So the more distance you get, the better. So as you can see, Bob and the forklift driver have just loaded the truck. He's used a correct pre-slinging method using good clean slings that we've checked earlier for compliance, and it's separated neatly down the load so the weight is evenly distributed. So when he does his test lift, it won't move about dramatically. He's pre-slung it correctly just outside the gluts with a short sling configuration so it doesn't move around a lot when he completes his test lift or takes it off the truck. The item I want to draw your attention to is this pallet of concrete bags at the front. This is another typical product you'll be confronted with as a delivery driver delivering with a vehicle loading crane. It's a pallet of 20 kilo cement bags. It's very heavy. Even though this pallet is rated for 2 tonnes, it must be slung and unloaded in a very particular manner or the pallet will collapse and you'll have a disaster. Load restraint is a critical function to be an ANC driver, particularly a vehicle like this. We leave nothing to chance with load restraint. We will never pressure you to hurry. Take all the time you need to correctly tie down and secure a load, check it and then check it again before you depart. One of the skills required to be an efficient multi-drop delivery driver, particularly with a crane truck, is to actually know the goods on your vehicle and the specific weight. So that's part of your load planning. So Bob knows this is 800 kilos, that's about 1500 kilos there. So it's been restrained correctly for safe and legal travel, but it also needs to be planned so that we know that when the goods come off the truck, that we're still safe and legal and our centre of gravity has been maintained. So now we've successfully discussed the load with the loader, we've restrained the load and the load has been pre-slung. So now the driver who is legally responsible for the carriage of the goods is going to go round one more time, check his load restraint, make sure there's nothing on the tray that can become a hazard in transit. He's all ready for road transport and off to his next job.